Episode 66. We are online because CJ and I live in a fucking wintry country.
Yeah, we're supposed to get some
it's-
shit weather.
Although it's hilarious because you have no weather right now, and like my neighborhood has been fucked for like 3 hours.
That long? It
Dude, it's
just
like
started to snow.
It's been insane windstorms, and the snow started like an hour and a half ago. But before that, the wind was insane.
Yeah, see, I'm
Insane.
stuck in a little hole at work, so I don't even
Yeah.
see the outside. I came home and Audrey's like, "Oh, it was like crazy windy and whatever," and then it just stopped.
My neighbor's barbecue blew over, and I've never seen that before.
What?
Yeah. I was gonna go up on the roof and do the literally I had the ladder set up to go up on the roof and hang up my Christmas lights.
Jesus
And
Christ.
the wind, this like I could hear this big like rush coming. You know, you can like hear wind coming from far away.
Yeah.
I could hear it coming and I didn't think much of it. And then all of a sudden my ladder tipped over and got caught on my back lights. And then my neighbor's barbecue fucking got launched. I've never seen that before.
Jesus. Yeah, I've never seen
Yeah.
a barbecue
And
get
then
fucking launched.
And then my wife was like, I don't think you should go up on the roof. I'm like, I think that's a great fucking
She's
idea.
pretty smart.
Yeah. I'll take your word for it.
Yeah. Too funny.
Oh, shit. All right. We're going to drink some Belgian Moon Originals right now. The OG.
Yeah.
Belgian White.
Here I got
CJ,
it.
give us some
Chris is
ASMR.
Chris is premature, so
Nice.
hang
Not the
on.
first time I've
Hang on, I
been
need
told
2 of
I'm
these.
premature. How big a glass are you going? Attaboy.
It's the only like beer glass I had. Everything
CJ's
else is
got a
in the dishwasher.
A fucking huge stein in front of him. I was did you
Man, I could fit
did you
3 in here.
are you gonna go for it?
I don't know.
You gonna get wild?
Like I got 3 here. I got 1 sitting in a cooler.
I was thinking about Belgian Moon and I think I might be thinking of Rickard's White as opposed to Belgian Moon. I'm sure I've had one at some point, but I
You've
know we were
definitely
talking
had
about it
one.
on the mango, but now that I'm like here, but it looks the exact same color as the mango.
Yeah, so
It looks like horse piss.
I was just telling you that I bought that 12 pack and it's like 3 mango, 3 honey, and Chris is a psychopath. And 6
I got him though.
6 regulars. And the honey, it looks like a Coors Light or like a Soul. Like it's clear all the way through.
Really?
Yeah, it's so weird. I don't think I could have got a third.
I would not have pegged that. So is it? Oh my fuck. CJ has a fucking cannon just filled with beer. I would not have thought that would be like the honey one would be clear.
I thought they would
Or like
all
clear
be
like a lager or something like that. Is it not a wheat beer then? Does it they do it a little differently?
I did not examine it.
Right.
I would have thought they would have done it the same as the mango.
Mm-hmm.
Same brew or whatever.
5.4%.
I wonder if
way.
they have to do something different for what's it called? Fuck. What's the word I'm looking for?
The brewing process?
Like
I don't even know what you're
filtering
trying
or
to say.
something.
Oh, okay.
Because of the honey, there might be something they have to do with the filtering, and then it gets rid of whatever makes it look like fucking old man piss.
Are you getting an echo off of me when I'm talking?
Just a little bit. Like super faint.
Picking up sound from the speakers a sec, because it just kind of shot me a reminder that there's some sort of echo, but I'm not really
Weird.
sure how I can mitigate that. I've just got earphones on, so
Could just check your audio settings and make sure that it's actually going to the headphones. Because I know
Ooh.
mine switched before you joined.
Speakers, microphone, external microphone. I guess that's it, right? That's all I can go from here.
Like on like the audio output or whatever it is.
Yeah, it says external
Speakers or-
microphone,
Okay.
speakers, system default. I can't really change it. It's
Okay.
not letting me anyways.
Weird. Whatever.
Probably sounds way worse. Or
Oh,
does that sound the
that's
same?
terrible.
Yeah. Okay, then we're good.
That's good.
It's yeah. All right, we're gonna leave it. We're committed.
Yeah.
All right, cheers, buddy.
Cheers.
I think
man.
yours is ready to go. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, it's good. I think I like the mango better though.
I think so too. The mango is like one of the best beers ever. It's hard to argue with.
Fantastic.
Yeah. It's really good though.
It's better
It's sweeter.
with an
It's
orange
sweeter than I
slice.
remember. But still,
Really?
like on its own, I
Yeah,
find
yeah.
it a little bit like sweet in flavor, at least.
Yeah, definitely. It's because of the oranges. Because it's brewed with oranges.
Is it? For a
Um,
refreshing citrus taste, bring out the
brewed
flavor by
with
serving it with wheat beer with a glass and orange slice. What is it? Where's the ingredients?
so it says brewed with Valencia orange peel for a
Okay, so there you
refreshing
go.
citrus taste. Bring out the flavor by serving it in a wheat beer glass with an orange slice.
So I think Rickard's White was like the original like wheat white sort of beer. And they
Okay.
would put an orange slice in that. But I don't believe it was brewed with oranges. Because I remember it being like not great in flavor.
Right.
Or at least overhyped to a certain extent, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. No, I hear you.
This is quite nice.
Yeah, it's good.
I'm gonna hit you with my virgin. It's higher than I was expecting. I'm gonna go 8.6.
Wow.
Yeah, I was expecting it to be a little bit more like muted in flavor, to be honest, and like
Okay.
almost bitter.
Yeah.
I don't know why I was expecting that, but it was nice. So
I'm a little lower. I'm
8.6.
gonna go 8.3.
8.3. What was your thought?
I drink this pretty often, so
Oh, okay, fair enough. So you're in a better position than I am.
yeah. It hit me just how I expected it to hit me. I do like it like from a bar though, because they do bring out the orange slice, and that's one less
Yeah.
thing you have to do.
Yeah, ain't nobody gonna go buy fucking oranges right now.
Yeah, I'm definitely not gonna go slice oranges before the podcast.
Every man has his limits. That's
Yeah.
it.
I'm just gonna pour it into this giant stein and call it a day.
Yeah, I think we're good to go.
Yeah. My where do I want to go next?
Smell, flavor, smoothness, finish.
I think I'm gonna go flavor. And my
Okay.
flavor is gonna be high. Because I really like this beer. It's like the mango, I feel, is a little lighter than what the actual beer is. Now, whether it actually is or isn't, the
Right.
mango does feel lighter while drinking. I'm gonna
I
go.
think they are the same percentage, just for people wondering. I'm pretty sure they
Yeah,
are the same percentage.
I think so too. I just think they switch
Yeah.
the orange for mango or whatever.
Yeah, it feels very similar. Like,
Yeah.
weirdly to me.
I just, again, like the way the mango goes down, I feel like it's a lighter beer, even though it's not.
Yeah,
They
because
look
it's
the exact same.
yeah, they do, and it's I guess it's the mango's a little bit more refreshing. Maybe would be it.
Yeah, and I just think
Yeah.
the mango's got more flavor than the orange does, like compared to like the regular, which is brewed with the orange peels.
Mhm.
And it's probably because it's brewed with the peelings of the orange and not like, I think the mango is like
It said a mango puree, I believe.
yeah, so it was like a mash or whatever. So you're gonna get more
Yeah.
flavor out of like the actual fruit itself rather than like the peel.
Yeah.
So I love the taste of this beer, like the hoppiness, the flavor of the orange. And again, like next time we go to a bar, when I order the Guinness Blonde, you should order a Belgian Moon and get it served with the orange peel, because it makes the beer better, and it is a different beer when it is served with that orange slice.
Right.
But I'm going 8.7 on the flavor.
8.7. I'm pretty close to you.
Okay.
I was not expecting as much of the orange flavor that there is. I was expecting, like I said, it like the whole beer itself to be quite muted.
Yeah.
So that's why my virgin was so high. This is I still think it's got like quite a bit of orange flavor again for just like having the peels, not
Yeah.
using some sort of mash or puree. I think they did a pretty fucking good job. I'm gonna go 8.6 again.
Nice.
I
Yeah,
like
it's
the
up
flavor
there.
of it. It's for those wondering, it's really smooth.
I've already got the burps.
It's quite tasty. Good thing you poured that out too,
Yeah.
or else those cans you'd be fucking burping up a storm already.
Oh, crazy. What I
Yeah.
didn't know, I've never seen them in bottles, but me and Audrey went out for lunch with her dad on Saturday. She ordered a Belgian Moon, and it came in a bottle. I've never seen them in a bottle.
I've only seen them in tall boys.
Is it tall boys or like just like the regular cans in like a 12
Yeah.
pack?
Oh, you have a
Like,
regular can.
yeah, these are regular cans.
Okay.
That's the only way I was getting the mango Belgian Moons was if I bought the assorted pack.
So I went looking. CJ and I were going to try and go 3 weeks in a row of Guinness related products, but not
We tried.
because I was concerned about not coming down for the weather because when I went out it was just kind of windy and shit. But I'm like I should probably pick up something just in case I can't make the ride down. And I went looking for the Guinness Hop House 13.
Hop House
Is that what it is?
13, yeah.
Right. So I went looking for that. LCBO had no Guinness whatsoever, not even regular Guinness.
Wow.
And I asked him, I'm like, you guys don't have any? Like, I was almost like shocked. I was staring at the aisles. I'm like, I must be missing it, you know?
Yeah.
I asked the guy, I'm like, you guys don't have any Guinness? He's like, no, man. He's like, shipping is all over the fucking map right now. We don't know when we're getting shit or when it's like whatever,
Yeah, it's
right?
crazy right now,
Like,
man.
I'm like, yeah, okay, fair enough. So I went over to the beer store. I'm like, you guys got Guinness? He's like, yep. I'm like, you got the Hop House? He's like, absolutely not. Like, perfect. And again, like, I have the world's shittiest fucking beer store in my town because it's still like
The
you can't
old
walk
style.
through it. It's
Yeah.
old style, right? So like they like stock like a few like main stuff, and then the rest is in the back, and you got to ask for it, and you don't fucking know. Half the
Although
time,
in
right?
situations like that where you're like, hey, do you have this? It makes the world so much easier because I went looking for beers the other day and it took me like 20 minutes to find everything I was
Fine.
looking for.
Yeah.
And it's like, holy fuck. And then like the Belgian Moon section, there was only Belgian Moon Light, one regular, and then no mangoes. I'm like, this is bullshit.
Okay.
Like, that's all I wanted.
Yeah, the mangoes are fucking legit, man. I think they're catching on. We put the word out. All 12 people that heard this show
Yeah, they're buying all
fucking
the
bought them
stock.
up.
I will say this: it's hard to smell the
Good
beer
man.
with this giant fucking mug.
Do you really think it's hard to smell it?
Yeah,
Sorta.
I gotta get it to like where it almost touches my nose.
I don't love the smell.
Really?
Yeah, compared to that of the I gotta stop comparing it to the mango. I'll just shut the fuck up for a second. Just like generally, as far as beer goes, it kind of has a strange smell to me.
It's probably that
Um,
orange peel.
Yeah, it's not offensive by any means.
No.
It's just like, but it definitely has a smell. It's not like a muted like lager where it's like,
Yeah.
what was the Guinness Blonde like? We almost like didn't get a smell at all.
Yeah, it didn't smell like anything.
Yeah, like anything at all. This definitely has a smell. Just not my favorite. I'm gonna go 7.4.
Okay, you're a little lower than I am, but I agree with you.
Yeah.
Like the smells, it's okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's not like, oh my god, this smells amazing. Like just smelling it makes you want to drink it. But at the same time, I don't think it's hindering it by any standards.
Takes nothing away from it at all. No,
No, but
because I don't need a
it's
beer
hard
to
to smell,
smell
but I know what
good.
it smells like.
I don't need a beer to smell good, and if a beer smells bad, sometimes it can take away from the taste, like you were saying. But
Yeah.
this is just kind of it's different. It doesn't add or take away, but it definitely has a different odor.
Yeah. No, I hear you. I'm going 7.5.
I want to see you just inhale that through your nose.
Yo, I'd fucking die. Carbonation through the nostril. That's the worst.
All right.
What do we got left?
Smoothness and finish, which smoothness when we do beer reviews is basically drinkability of it.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna
wherever
start
you
with
want to go.
I'm gonna go smoothness first. Makes sense. I don't think I could drink this all day. I find it a little on the heavy side. Now, mind you, I had a few beers last night. My perspective could be skewed.
Yeah.
But yeah, I couldn't see myself like sitting out on a deck or fucking house party, whatever, just smashing these all night. Like if we were going to a pub for dinner or just for like a couple beers, let's go catch the game or something. Yeah, sure, I could smash like 4 of them, maybe 5.
That's about it for you, though.
Yeah, I'm not sitting there smashing fucking 12-pack.
All right, so what are you going?
Just because you got 6, I'll say I could smash 6.
I also got 6 tall boys though, so that's like
that's a little different.
Like 8, right? 8 regular cans.
Yeah, like somewhere around there.
7.5, 8, something like that.
Yeah. Drinkability. I'm trying to remember what I did for some of the other ones, because I don't want it to be too off from like some of the other ones that I said like I could drink.
I have them written down here. If you want me to go back, I can go back a couple.
What was our first beer? Soul. What did we do? Soul.
We did a Lost Craft.
Ooh, what was that?
Lost Craft. Your smoothness was 9.1.
Wow.
And your smoothness on Soul was 9.7. So just to be...
Yeah, Soul you can drink all day, though.
Yeah, and your Guinness Blonde was 7.7. Yeah, for sure. I agree with you.
Okay,
but,
so yeah,
there's your sort of standard for like I can drink these all fucking day.
Yeah,
you're in the 9s.
Yeah, but it's true though. Like Soul, you can drink all day.
Yeah, like, 110 even.
That shit's not sitting heavy. If anything, you get bloated on the carbonation, and then you just fucking got to burp a few times, and you're good to go.
Yeah,
just gotta get burped like fucking like a little baby, and you're good to go. So I'm gonna go 7.5 on the smoothness, because I think that blonde I could have drank.
You're not drinking them all day.
No, there's no shot.
The blonde you rated 7.7.
Yeah,
just for
I feel like I could drink that one a little more.
Those following along home. I feel like if I could easily drink these all day.
Really?
Not that I would go out if I was planning on drinking all day beer, that I would go out and pick these up. But if I was like all they have, like I wouldn't even think about it. There's some like lagers that I would think I would drink less than this. Weirdly, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
I don't find it as heavy as you do. Now that said, it's sitting heavy in my stomach, but I also just scarfed like fucking potato stew before I jumped on here. So like that's never gonna mix too well. You know what I mean?
Giant plate of pasta.
Yeah, there you go. So I'm sure that's weighing on something. But I don't know why I'm surprised by this beer, but it's better than I was expecting.
I always go back to the situation. It's obviously been a
long time since I had one.
I always go back to the situation of we're at the cottage. My cooler's filled with Belgian Moon. Yours is filled with, I don't fucking. Give me another beer here. Fuck. No. It's got to be another beer. We'll go like the Lost Craft Revive Ale. Sure. Right? Which one are you going to be like, I could drink that from noon till 3 a.m.?
For me, it's Belgian Moon. I actually prefer this over that Lost Craft. Yeah.
So I think for me,
I rated the Lost Craft
filteredness
pretty high.
Yeah, I think you did too.
I'd have.
That was a
I had it
high
a
review
second
for
ago.
both of us.
It was, but it was also a good beer, and I think we were giving it good remarks because they wanted it to be a pilsner meets a lager, and they fucking did an outstanding job with it.
Yeah, they nailed it.
Lost Craft, I gave it a 9 point. I was actually higher than you. I gave it a 9.4 on the smoothness, but I'm sure then we were doing the drinkability of it too, right?
Yeah.
So by the same sort of standards, am I still there? Sorry, cut away
Yep.
for a second.
Yeah, you're good.
I'm gonna go 9. I know that the Lost Craft I have higher, and I
think
don't
if we
fully
drank
recall
both,
why.
I think if we drank both, personally, I think you would still side
You're
on
probably
that the
right.
Revive Ale would be something that you could drink more of.
Yeah. But right now, just like off the top of my head, I'd be happy to drink these all day. So a 9 felt good for me, so I was gonna stick with that anyway.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
9.0 on the Richter scale for me on this motherfucker. Finish. It's a weird one because although this beer does have good flavor, it doesn't seem to hold all the way through. At least on my end.
The aftertaste, like it's gone down. You haven't had a drink in a couple of seconds, and it's got a little flavor. Shouldn't say flavor, taste. That aftertaste, that just kicks around. It's not terrible. It's not the greatest, and it just lingers. That's what I noticed last night. Like after hockey, drinking them, watching TV, almost like fucking passing out on the couch, and I'm like, man, I had to brush my teeth. Like this is this can't stick around for too much longer. What are your thoughts?
I'm not mine doesn't linger as much as I'd almost like it to. It's funny. Although this beer does kind of have almost like a film to it. So like it does like coat your mouth, so maybe that's like sort of what you're talking about. So
yeah,
I kind of get with what you're saying. Finish for me is just kind of muted. It has good flavor. It doesn't seem to hold but it also doesn't, for me anyway, it doesn't take away or add anything at the end. I don't really get a shitty aftertaste, and I don't really get anything that lingers.
Do you get flavor like while it's going down, or after, like once it starts to go down the gullet?
Yeah, basically once I start to sip it down.
That's it.
That's me. Like right away, you take a sip, it hits you, and then as soon as like you start to swallow it, it's gone.
Yeah, gone. Yeah, I'm right there with you.
So that all said, it's pretty neutral. I'm just gonna go like a 7.7.
Okay.
Again, just because it's wildly unoffensive for me anyway. I wish that flavor would hold a bit longer and probably be rated a bit higher.
Yeah, because the flavor is great.
Yeah, it's excellent flavor. So, but finish is just like whatever. Doesn't add, doesn't take away. Not much flavor to it. So
yeah, I'm gonna have to mimic you on that one. What was that 7.7?
Yeah, 7.7. Give me a second to tally up these scores for the listeners at home.
I've been very pleased with the whole Belgian Moon lineup. I do think right now I'm buying the mango one if it's there. If it's not, we haven't had the light on the podcast, but the light is delightful. And it has a little, at least for me, a little more drinkability, most because it's a lighter beer.
Sure.
The Honey Days, again, we haven't had it on the podcast. Wasn't my favorite. And I think it's just the honey flavoring that comes through it is not my favorite.
This might be like I'm gonna say controversial because I know that some people are like obsessed with honey. I don't really love the flavor of like natural honey.
Right.
Or honey in general. You know what I mean? Like it kind of has like it's like a whatever taste. But I've never had honeycomb, which I've heard is fantastic.
I've wanted to try that shit.
Yeah. That's all my wife's
Wait, you haven't had the cereal? Come on, it's got to taste the exact same.
I actually don't like that cereal. Um,
No way.
but any like natural honey that I have had and like the flavor, I don't love it. It's just kind of like it's a bit stupid. It's a bit waxy for me. So I'm not shocked that the honey flavor beer would just be like okay. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? If anything. But as far as like a Belgian Moon goes, regular and the mango, I don't think you could go wrong with either
With
or.
either, no.
Personally, for those listening at home,
For
they're
me,
fucking good, and they both have strong flavor. And I'm not really interested in like reviewing a light beer on this podcast because, like, they're all the same one way or another. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
the
Right?
Belgian Moon, you just still have that orange flavor.
Right.
That's it. I'm
Yeah.
not a big like again. I would grab lights if all they had at the store were Belgian Moons, like regular or lights. I'm probably just grabbing the regulars.
Okay.
To
fair
be
enough.
completely honest,
Yeah. Because at least you're gonna get a little bit more flavor out of it, right?
and a little more alcohol content.
Exactly. Like
come on.
5.4% is a pretty solid number for a beer because even like regular ass beers off the shelf that aren't light beers are usually 5%. Kind of
Yeah,
seems to be the maximum, you know.
yeah,
Unless like you can get into like some like European beers and stuff, but generally like 4 to 4.8 to like 5 is like kind of it, you know.
yeah.
So
All right, you got the verdict?
okay, I got CJ's number 7.9 for
A
CJ.
little lower than I thought it would be, to be completely honest.
I thought so too because you gave it a nice like everything you said about it. Nothing was bad, but I guess
No.
just you had 3 7s in there, right? So
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
So, and I was an 8.3, which I had 2 7s, 2 8s, and it was a 9 that probably bumped it up because I was higher than you on the drinkability here.
Yeah, definitely.
Right? So, at least for me, that's a huge difference, right? You went 7.5 and I went 9.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
But even still, I mean, we're 4 points off each other, you
Mhm.
know. So
Yeah, for me,
pretty
drinkability,
close.
like I'm after 5 or 6 of these, I'm probably switching to either a different beer or going just straight to the whiskey.
Straight vodka to the dome,
Nah, fuck that.
like a maniac.
Just Bullet or Jameson's.
Have we reviewed Bullet Bourbon on this?
I feel like it was one of the first ones we did.
Okay.
You know what? I've had it recently. Used to be.
It's not
No,
that
it's
good, man.
not.
No, it's
Used
not
to
that
be
good.
one of my like go-tos.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
No.
There's so many other ones I've had.
There's too many ones out there that are just like way better.
Way better and either
Yeah.
cheaper or same price.
Same price. Yeah. I don't find Bullet cheap by any standards. I find it like sort of like a well brand off the shelf, like compared to like Wild Turkey or fucking. We reviewed Knob Creek, I think, didn't we? Or
I
maybe
feel
I'm thinking
like
of
we have.
Larceny.
Larceny, we did.
Larceny for sure, but like compared to one of those, like fucking not even close. I don't find.
Depends on what the bar has too.
Yeah, but I just mean like if you're gonna pick, like,
Oh,
and they're
yeah.
all like $40 a bottle.
I'm not picking Bullet.
No.
I
fucking
would have
chance.
back in the day, but I also had no idea what I was drinking.
Yeah,
I knew what Bullet tasted like, so it was a safe bet.
fair enough. Are you gonna do your music this week?
What do you mean?
Your top 3
No,
musics or whatever you listen
okay. I don't listen to enough music
to? Okay,
week to week. It's like it'd be better for like a month.
maybe a monthly thing. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, so
Like
like
the
I think the start of the month. So like the next one will be the first podcast in January.
Cool.
I'll find some new shit.
The reason I ask is because I don't know if you've been on Spotify, but they do their like yearly Wrapped right now.
Yeah,
Did you see yours? So like they go through and they give you like your top artists that you listen to, your top songs. And I think we spoke about this like last year when it came out, but the amount of genres that they have on Spotify,
it's insane.
it's wild, dude. So I actually remembered it this year and I wrote it down. So I listen to 78 different genres,
I'm gonna pull mine
which
up right now.
I think
Mine's
is
gonna be
I think
skewed
is
though.
I think is down, but like
It's
they have such a wild way of like counting genre. Because to me, I really only listen to hip hop, rock, and country music right now. That's sort of like been like my big year. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Um, I don't listen to classic. I don't listen to anything like that on here. So
Wait, you're
I'm
not a classical
confused.
guy?
I appreciate classical music. I just don't ever listen to it.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, how do I find genres?
I think you kind of have to go through the whole thing.
Fuck.
It's like a Snapchat story almost, right?
Mine's not. I might have missed that.
It's like right on the homepage. It's like your year wrapped or some shit.
Oh, I'm in there. I just don't see
It's
the
pretty far along.
genres. The best episodes, a look back, top
So I
viral
listened
hits.
to like 36,000 minutes of Spotify this year.
Oh, mine's probably
That was,
fucking ridiculous.
and I was in like the top. I was more than 84% of people that have Spotify. And for one artist, I was in the top 1% that listened to them. The 0.5% most listened to. I almost cracked the top number one. I'll try and go for
Holy
it next.
shit!
That
Yeah,
artist was the Gaslight Anthem.
I can't
by the way.
find this genres thing.
It's
but, like,
absurd, man.
So mine's skewed, and this is why. Oh, here we go. I found it. Oh, we're gonna get fucking canceled.
You couldn't hear the music. Don't worry. So
Come on.
to me, like I think they're cheating a little bit because they go. There's like at least on mine, my top 5 was like alternative rock, indie rock, classic rock, and to me, like, all right, kind of they're different, but they're not a different genre. You know what I mean?
There's
like we're splitting hairs.
It's ridiculous now with all the genres, but I feel like it's like that with everything. There's just so much out there that they almost have to start splitting hairs with, okay, these guys are in this lane. Because it makes it easier for these guys to recommend you like stuff that's similar, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was gonna say. So although like it's kind of funny to like poke fun at like 78 fucking different genres, even though I probably only listen to like, let's say 7. You know what I mean? Like if we really like weren't splitting hairs. But you're right, because there's so much stuff out there, it's a way for them to like separate down. And they almost have a way of like they've done an amazing job at Spotify of getting a certain song down to, like if you just search one song and click on it and then just let Spotify play it based on that one song, they have a really good way of like fucking making all the other songs sound very similar to that one across different genres too. Not necessarily like if it's a country song, all the songs won't necessarily be country. Like it kind of has this weird feel to it. I don't know how the fuck they do it. I don't know if some assholes in there like
crazy algorithm.
This is bluegrass alternative country. You know, like I don't know what
that's how they're able to do it, right?
Yeah, it's wild, man.
There's something probably in the audio file. Like there's probably something in there that when it gets uploaded, right? So if you go for the song, it probably analyzes that song in the algorithm or like the tempo in like shit like that. It's probably fucking way above our pay grades.
Oh, I'm sure it's some
like
advanced AI shit.
Here, we'll give you some fucking shit that's similar to that, right?
Yeah, and I do love it because like you'll listen to a song or you'll finish an album and then it'll just start playing you some new shit that sounds like that. So like I think you might like this. And most of the time I'd say like fucking 9.5 out of 10, you like the song. You know, like it's a really high percentage. Like they do a fucking amazing job of it. It's just it's funny to me. I'm pretty sure the first year that I had Spotify was the year previous. And I think I listened to like 140 something genres because I think that's why we were talking about it last year. And so this year I'm like, oh, I'm down to like 78, which is just preposterous, you know?
Still a lot.
But back to like the different genres, I think they will label a genre differently even within the same album of something. I do, like based on the
Really?
sound. I do. I don't
Wow.
know. I'm
I
probably
could see
talking
that.
shit.
No, but I could
But
see
like,
that because sometimes the
because
song is completely different than the rest of the album.
right. And then you'll click on that one song and you'll hear songs that sound similar to it. And then you click the next song on the album, and the album has a very specific sound to it. And it's sort of like a different tangent. It's interesting.
Yeah, it's
So
crazy. All right, let me throw this one.
what do you got?
So my top song of the year. Now, this shit gets so skewed because from like up until like mid September, I was working out like 5-6 days a week, and when I work out, it's like rap nonstop. Sometimes metal, but I'm not throwing on like fucking rock or anything like that. It's either
You're not
rap
listening to
or
Country
metal.
Roads by fucking John Denver.
Like if it comes on, sometimes I'll leave it on for a little bit, like during a
Yeah,
rest, but
but
like it's getting switched off as soon as I go to do my
yeah,
set.
you're
So my
not getting
number
hype.
one song was Like I Ain't by Tech Nine.
How many times did you listen to it?
52.
Oh, that's fucking double what I listen to my top song.
And again, it's because it's in my gym playlist.
It's in a playlist, right? So that's like I think a lot of the songs. There was actually a song that I had that was second that I was surprised that it was second. And my wife was like, she's like, "Oh, you listen to that song a lot." I'm like, I do, but I think it comes up more in playlists. Like I don't intentionally put it on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas like my number one song, I intentionally put that
definitely
shit
put
on
it on?
25 times probably.
Same.
And
I
that
put
was just
that
on
shit
my
on when I'm in
account.
the gym.
Yeah.
Yeah, like my top 5 is all rap. Trying
What's
to
your top
figure
five? Then?
out. Oh, my top 5. Okay, hang on. It's got to fucking load again.
I know.
So
It's like
stupid.
it's a stupid way that they do it.
Yeah, it takes so long. Like, just fucking show me. So we got Like I Ain't by Tech Nine, Coleone by Obas, OBAS, Hug the Streets remix
Hug the Streets is a great name for a song.
by OBAS or Obas and Rick Ross, Bad News by Tom McDonald, Mad Child, and then it's not showing me the other artist, but there's another artist in there.
Is that Bad News song the one where they
Nova Rockefeller? Yep. And I
is
think
that
so.
Bad News song the one where they sing about losing millions of dollars doing drugs? Or is that the other?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not the happiest of songs. And then
no,
Bullet,
I know it's not, but
and then Bullet by Hooligan.
I actually
which
don't
I
even
don't
know any
remember
of those
that.
songs off the top. No. That song you listen to like 4 times.
Yeah.
And it cracked the top 5.
I want to find this how many genres I listen to.
It's through there, man. I'm telling you, like I'll pull mine up and I can tell you which slide it's on.
Yeah, please.
Yeah. So I think it's like the 7th slide or something. Unfortunately, you have to kind of like fucking
71 different genres.
71. Okay, perfect. You
71.
Great.
Your top genres, classic.
Yeah, so
okay, so this is where it gets skewed.
Yeah, read the top 5 because it's all pretty much splitting hairs. I bet.
So this is where it gets fucked though, because my dad, like I share an account with him.
Yeah.
So it like classic rock, pop, rap, okay, punk, Canadian rock, and then alternative rock. Yo, I don't know if I can show this or not, but like, what are those thumbnails? Like, can't you make them all the same size? You can barely read the bottom one.
No.
That's so dumb. Yeah, that's crazy.
Pop rap is a genre that I'm pretty sure that they made up themselves.
Dude, they probably made up way too much shit.
Well, Canadian rock is an interesting one because like any rock song that's made by a Canadian artist could easily be interpreted as like I'm sure there's not an American rock genre. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I hear you. They made up so much fucking shit for this, and like whatever. Like it does help with the algorithm and like finding new music. Like I don't know if you listen to any of those songs that I mentioned last week. That deluxe band I found is from like France.
There you go.
And like the the lady that sings, she does both like French and English. And then like the other dudes that are in the band, they'll like pipe in every once in a while and they usually just spit some fucking French out there. And I'm just like, yeah, this is sick. I have no idea what you're saying, but it's sick. I'm enjoying this.
I would love to see Eric's genre account because
Too many.
he listens to so many artists in different languages. He
Yeah.
just enjoys.
Yeah.
Like I know he like his
I
would
l-
be off the fucking chain.
I love it when we have like just a night by a campfire or just drinking and you get Eric to put on music because you find so much like different shit.
It's wild. Yeah.
It's crazy. I'm like, how did you find this?
He has like a fucking he's like almost like plugged straight into the matrix where like he knows about music before it's even really come out in like any language. So like there's like a popular French song that's like hasn't even hit the top 40 in France and he's like, "Oh yeah, the song's sick." Fuck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
It's wild.
he's like the biggest hipster when it comes to music and he's not a hipster about music, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he's like a legitimate like dude that like is into music and doesn't like isn't like, "Oh, hey man, you ever heard of this band? Like they're so cool." You know, like he just like this music's good. Fucking put this shit on. You
Yeah.
know, he's got a good ear. Although I'm not so much like you two as in like I'm a big lyrics guy. So when I'm listening to music in different languages, it definitely throws me through a little bit of a loop. So I kind of want like, especially if it's a hip hop song, because hip hop like a good beat can fucking obviously make or break a song.
Yeah.
And like a good beat can also drive a song even if it's mediocre lyrics, but they
Yeah.
kind of go hand in hand for me. But like if I'm listening to like a French hip hop song, the beat kind of only can carry you so far because it basically loops every 30 seconds. You know what I mean?
You should definitely check out Deluxe. And
Well, I'm
Shoes
probably yeah, like I'm definitely
Shoes
down to
is
listen to some good shit.
like
So
Shoes is so far my favorite one I've listened to, and it was also the first one I found. But also their newest album, there's some other really good songs in there as
send me
well.
some shit. Yeah, I'll check it out
Yeah, I
for
will.
sure.
I will for sure. Yeah, no, it's fucking awesome. I love Spotify, but now like I don't even know how I went down that rabbit hole. Like I wish I recorded
Yeah, how'd
myself
you
and
end up
like
there?
what I was doing because I'm like I want to find more shit like that, but I don't know the tangent I went down
To
to
get yourself
get
back
there.
there.
Like
Yeah.
again, I think I just kind of like I would play a song and then be like, "Ah, I like this song." Then click on the artist and then go to so and so radio. And then in the
Right.
radio playlist, there's other artists. And then as you're flicking through, oh, this song's sick. Click on that. Play their fucking radio. And then you find other shit. I think that was how I
Yeah.
went down the path.
You know what's funny about the radio thing? I find that it's like perfect almost 100% of the time because they do a great like we were saying about the genres and like however they fucking their AI worked it out, they nailed it, right?
Yeah.
But my favorite band that I'm like that's been my number one that I listen to for most like all the time.
Gaslight
I
Anthem.
hate I hate their radio.
Really?
I hate the bands that they suggest in there
Wow.
because so to me, like I mean, you know, Gaslight, I don't find them to have like a punk sound, if you know what I mean.
They don't. But
I don't think they
puts
do. I think they
punk
have
in
like a
there?
solid dude. They like put Against Me in there. Who like I'm fine with Against Me, but I don't find Against Me and Gaslight Anthem to be in the
Not the
same sort
same.
of.
No.
They're nowhere near each other. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? They put in a band called the Med Zingers, and I like them as well. But I don't like if I'm in a Gaslight Anthem mood and I want to hear other songs like them, I would not go to Against Me and the Med Zingers just based on their sound because their sound is sort of like it's like similar throughout, and it's more of a punky sound to it.
I'm wondering, from what you just said there, that if that like Gaslight Anthem radio, if that radio playlist is based off of the genre the artist is given.
Well, that's what I think it must be because
Because
they've obviously been slotted into some sort of section.
yeah,
Because if you listen, if anyone who's like who's wondering what the fuck about Gaslight Anthem, go and listen to 59 Sound, and American Slang. That's like the two best albums.
Yeah.
All their albums are great. I love everyone, but they have a really good fucking sound. And like you said, they obviously got slotted into like this weird little like punk alternative sound
Whatever
because
it
they're not like
is.
the most popular band, whatever the fuck it is. But when you listen to the radio, like none of this shit seems to match each other. The only thing that's consistent about their radio is that any song that's not them sounds like another band on that radio. It's fucking weird, but that's exactly what it is. But I'm also putting that down to they're also not the most popular band out there, so their music probably hasn't been listened
They've
to like
definitely
like
grown
streams.
over the
And
last like 2 years. I'd say they've fucking taken off. Now you've been listening to them since like I met you, because that's how I
yeah,
got introduced to them.
and they haven't put out an album in like 6 years. Like they're not even really a band anymore.
Yeah,
But I guess like their
because
shit's catching on. You know what I
well, the
mean? Like
Edge has been playing it like nonstop. I feel like if I actually put on the radio, which is usually the Edge, it's like American Slang comes on at least 3 times while I'm listening to it in fucking 10 minutes.
that's fucking hilarious. I didn't even know that. So because when I would listen to the Edge, I'd never even heard them on that radio station ever. I'd be like, Gaslight should be on this fucking station.
Yeah.
And they were never
And
on
now
all the
they
years that
are.
I was listening to radio, and I guess now they are. So there you go.
I hate
But
radio though for that reason, because they only play like the top 10 hits right now.
well,
And it's
fuck,
those 10
that's
songs constantly. And then
yeah,
they're just on repeat.
and that's almost being generous because I find if I do ever like catch myself like because on job sites, radio just gets like thrown on, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, you got
um
the DeWalt fucking
yeah, there's a fucking speaker going, and like usually the guys just throw on the radio, and you don't notice the commercials when you're just like working and shit. It's not that big of a deal, right? Whereas like if you got headphones in, I don't want to hear commercials. Go fuck yourself. Like I just want to hear music, right?
yeah.
But I find the Edge is like a fucking. It takes me back to when I was 16 years old and listening to the Edge because I don't find that they've changed the music that much.
No.
It's fucking weird. It's almost like the Edge has almost become a classic rock station for alternative music from the mid 2000s.
So you get like a year, I'd say tops. You're getting 5 new songs a year that
Yeah,
get played on that radio station.
and they may not stick around to the long term rotation either. They'll just be like
No.
top tens.
They're
And
only
like the
playing it
indie-
because it's hot.
Yeah, because it's hot, and then when it drops off, it drops off. Like, dude, if anyone wants to hear "Sail" by AWOL Nation, just turn on the Edge. It'll probably come on in 10 minutes.
Like
Like,
and
that-
like every fucking
and that
10 minutes
song-
on the minute.
That song's 12 years old. Like, and they're
No
and they're supposed to
way.
be. It's older than you. That sound came out when we were in high school, bro. We graduated high school 10 years ago.
Jesus.
So think about it. Like that song's fucking old, right?
Yeah.
So if you go through it, you're like, okay, hang on a second. That like they advertise themselves as like an alternative indie station. There's so much good new alternative music all the fucking time, but they just got locked into like the 2007 to 2012 fucking years, maybe a little bit earlier, like 2005. They got locked into this like this 6-year wave of like alternative music, which I find was like it might have been like a really good startup to it, like when it really got popular, like Metric and fucking you had all these fucking good bands, right?
Yeah.
But then it just kind of like they just never move past it. They're like, okay,
No.
we're gonna keep these songs forever and ever and ever, and all the new indie shit can go out the fuck like can get
They
the
have
fuck. You know?
3 Chili Pepper songs they play all day
Yeah.
long.
Yeah.
They've got the one Gaslight Anthem song. I think it's the fuck's the album name? Jesus.
Is it
I just
is
said
it American
Slang. I think it's American Slang. And then it's like Rise Against. They've got like the number 1 hit that they play like all the time.
yeah, and Rise Against was a good band, but they were popular in like 2004, 2005.
Oh
Like these
my
are
God,
not
yeah,
new
man.
songs.
No.
You know what I mean?
They're not.
Like and I'm a
Billy
big fan.
Talent comes on.
I was just gonna say that. I love Billy Talent, but Billy
Love
Talent
him.
hasn't really done anything like worthy of cracking an indie or alternative top 10 in a lot of years. You know what I
Yeah, in
mean?
a long time, yeah.
Also, what helps, like for those that are listening outside of the country, is that Canada has like we talked about it when we were talking about the YouTube shit. Canada has the weirdest regulations when it comes to like content that can be played on the radio, and they have to obviously pump Canadian shit. So like Metric gets stuck on there on repeat. Fucking who the fuck were we just saying? Billy Talent. Billy Talent's a Canadian band as well. So they're going to be on there forever.
Canadian.
Canadian, right? So
Sorry.
they're always going to remain in the rotation no matter what, based on like they have to play them X amount of times per hour or whatever the fuck,
it is.
You know,
yeah, it's
which
so
is
stupid.
dumb. But yeah, like
yeah,
the
that's why I
beaches
stopped
there.
listening to the radio, is because I wasn't finding anything new. And there was a day, I'm pretty sure this was the last day I listened to the radio. I went through 5 out of the 6 like preset, like you know how you can set like you hit 1, it takes you to whatever station. 2, it takes you to a different one. 3, I hit 5 out of 6 of them. 5 out of 6 were playing the exact same song, and they were off by like a second each. And I'm like, this is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah,
like,
you could almost set your watch to it.
This song isn't even good.
No.
Fucking
so
threw it out the window.
Earlier this year, in the wintertime, like I'm gonna say February, January, I was working a night shift. It was just me and another guy, and we had the radio going. And the best I find like work site fucking radio station is Boom 97.3. Because they play a lot of like 80s, some 90s, but it's like a lot of like classic 80s songs. And it's like very specific to that. So it's like fun to listen to at work. Like, because guys like me and Buddy were just like fucking singing and joking around and shit.
Yeah.
But we were listening to it on a night shift, and like there's no like announcers and stuff. And dude, I'm not even kidding. By the third night, you knew that at 3 a.m. Moonlight Desires by Gowan was gonna come on, and then it was gonna be fucking Out of Touch by fucking Hall and Oates. Like it was like it becomes like that in the overnight shift.
It's just a playlist.
It's just a playlist, and it was like Michael Jackson's going on at 3:37. Ready for Beat It? Like it was the third night is when you notice, because the first 2 nights you're working like whatever, and the third night like we were kind of like more or less like, because we were doing 24/7 shifts. Like there was guys there during the day, we were picking up their slack, but by sort of the third night we were just kind of like doing demo and cleaning stuff up, so you have a bit more time to realize, you're like, this shit has been the same playlist for 3 straight nights. Like how the fuck have we not lost our entire minds already?
Yeah,
it was pretty funny. But that's radio in a nutshell, is like where I was going with that. Yeah.
So
big ups to fucking Spotify. They fucking mastered it. They absolutely have.
Yeah. At work, they're doing construction. And it's kind of nice. Like at the start, it was a different crew, I guess. So you heard like Q107 or 102.1. Now they're playing like the fucking Latin stations, and it's fucking fantastic. And that's fun. Me and the guy that sits beside me, we started talking, and it's like, man, like you don't really realize it because like we're in like our shit, and like we listen to classical, jazz, and all this shit, but we never think that there's got to be like 7 different radio stations for like Spanish radio. So you can have like your salsa music and like all this other shit. And they've got their own fucking like 7 stations to listen to certain genres. And it's like, you never think of that.
Within that. Yeah, I know.
And it's like, oh, fuck, you're right. Like, jeez.
Talk about fucking being able to move your hips. There's something about loud music that as soon as it comes on, you just want to like, your feet start moving. It's so good.
It's so true. It's so true.
Yeah. And that is, I was talking before about genres where like, I guess that's the exception, is like sort of like Spanish music and like that Latin, like salsa sort of style where it's like upbeat. I don't need to hear a fucking word because I'm just dancing. I don't give a fuck about anything else.
Yeah, I don't care what's happening. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm right there with you.
Yeah. Play that fucking music. Let's do it.
Yeah. I'm fucking jamming.
The worst one though, and it's not that I necessarily dislike the genre, although it's like my least favorite, is there's a radio station called 103.5, which is like pure top 40, but it's mostly like electronic top 40 almost. You know, it's like more of a techno feel. I find that dudes that play that on a job site they usually play it far too loud, and all you like hear in the
I think
background is supposed
anybody
to like
that listens to
nice
that plays
salsa
it
music
way
where you
too
like you hear
loud.
like you like salsa music like you have like a good rhythm going to it, and you don't need to hear the song. But techno music loud and in the background is just like doon doon doon. It's not
It's the
like
same shit.
nothing's grabbing you. You know
No.
what I mean? So it's like
So
yeah.
going to Audrey's dad's, they this red light guy pulls up beside us, and it's literally like that. Doom, doom. I'm like, how do people enjoy this? And Audrey's like, they just do. And I'm like, I get that. It's
Yeah,
like people that watch
she's right.
WWF or
Yeah.
WWE, whatever it is now. It's like, I don't understand it, but kudos to you. But
Yeah. And
for me, there's a
I'm
time and a
not
place.
yeah, that's it for me. Is like if I'm in the right headspace and we're all having a good time, you can
Atmosphere.
play it all night long, whatever the fuck, right?
Yeah.
But it's not high on my list. But I'm sure a lot of shit I listen to is nowhere near fucking someone else's
Oh,
list,
yeah,
right?
100%.
So
Yeah.
I get it, but at the same time, I'm like, no.
I'm right there with you. Right there with you.
There's something wrong with these people.
Oh, shit. Man. Okay, I gotta bring this up. Have you ever, like, not necessarily been a brand whore, but like you've found a brand, you like their shit, and then either they disappear or they get bought out by another company and they don't keep the shit that you liked? They like kept some of their old lineup, whatever it is, and then yours wasn't part of that shit that they kept.
Yours kind of fell by the wayside.
Yeah, they were like, fuck this shit. And
So full disclosure, usually by the time I find out about a brand, it's already been discontinued because this has sort of been my this is everyone wants to know my fashion style. It's whatever was in style 6 to 7 years ago.
yeah, that company is like no longer.
Yeah, I change my style in dog years. Every 7 years is sort of when my style changes. I've never sort of been like tuned in. I where I thought you were going initially, and not to like keep going down the music train, but like I've definitely like gotten like into certain brands and been like, that's my fucking thing. Like whether it be some sort of radio show or podcast or like music, I can definitely get obsessed with that. But as far as like brands go for like shoes, clothes, even sports equipment,
okay,
even sports equipment, I'm not like. Again, like I'm always, it's just for me. I've always just been like kind of really laissez-faire. Like I don't really, whatever.
So let me throw this scenario at you.
Sure.
What brand of tools do you use at work?
Okay, so again,
like that you buy.
Right, so I'm an outlier on this because tools are a religion, dude. It's not a religion. It's a fucking cult. There's dudes that fucking will only fuck with Milwaukee shit.
Yeah.
Guys that only fuck with DeWalt, guys that only fuck with Makita.
I hear about this all the time.
Yeah, here's where I stand on that. Again, because this is me. Hey, does it work?
Okay.
That's it. Give me shit that works. And even for like personal hand tools and stuff, dude, honestly, like right now I have more Milwaukee stuff. So if I'm gonna buy something, I'll probably buy it just because their batteries are proprietary. So like it's just
and they all interchange with each other.
But for me personally, and I work with a guy and I love him to bits, but he should not have become an electrician. He should have been a Milwaukee salesman because he knows every fucking product that comes off the line. It's so, dude, me and another guy, we went to this company called Atlas Tools. It's right around the corner from where we're working. And like, they'll have a whole section on Milwaukee, DeWalt, Makita, and like everything in between. And they have so many fucking tools there, like, because I don't pay attention to this shit, right?
Yeah.
But there's a tool for fucking everything. Like, there's knee pads with roller skates on them so you can put down hardwood flooring faster. Like, there's a fucking tool for everything, right?
Jesus.
And we're going through this fucking Milwaukee aisle with this guy. And we just like caught on to what was going on and how he knew everything. We just like point at something not related to electrical whatsoever. Something that's for this, what? Oh yeah, that's the fucking this line model. He knows the name, model, fucking power of it. We're like, dude, you missed your fucking calling.
Yeah, you could have been selling this shit.
Yeah,
and making bank.
I'm into where you're going with this, but like I'm the worst person ever when it
Okay.
comes to brands because
Okay.
like I'm not as religious about it as some people.
All right. So every year I start off the year with like new hard drives for work. And back when I was still in college, I found this company called G Technology, and they were the best like hard drives that you could get for the industry, video and photo. They were like the highest rated. Everybody was using them. If you're doing large productions, small productions, they had something for you. So I got this system, and it's like a dual hard drive docking system. So it takes one slot, like it's got a Thunderbolt, old Apple port, whatever. Like it's a mini display port. So it takes one slot. I can plug in 2 hard drives. This is sick.
Yeah, let's party.
So in 2019, 2020, I don't know, recently, they got bought out by Western Digital. Luckily, I had to buy 2 extra hard drives this year because I filled up the other cards. So I had to get some new hard drives. I was able to do that. Start looking to get hard drives for 2022. And I'm like, why are these not available? Like I can't find anything. 1 terabyte, 2 terabyte, 4 terabyte. Now 1 terabyte's not going to last me fucking 3 months, but I would deal with having a bunch of 1 terabytes if I could. Can't find fucking anything. So I'm like, what the fuck? So I Google.
Is this down to the fucking chip shortage?
No.
I don't know if they're
So
no?
they
Okay.
got G Technology got bought out by Western Digital. And now Western Digital, because
They're like,
they
fuck
have
this product.
they have like two different lines. So they have Western Digital, which is like kind of like your consumer basic bitch shit. Then they have
Sure.
SanDisk, which is more geared towards professionals and like content creators. So they're taking the G Technology lineup and turning it into SanDisk Professional. So like this is like their top of the line shit,
Right.
like all the crazy stuff. Well, they only kept like again all G Technology's crazy shit, like these fucking 6 hard drive docking stations that are a NAS system. And long story short, on NAS, it's like your own personal like cloud. So you can have like all these drives in it.
Jesus Christ.
It'll like back up to what's called RAID, and there's different like RAID systems. That's a whole different story. Not getting into that.
Right. We're
but
into
it's
some
like-
technical shit now.
Yeah,
It's
so
pretty
like you
interesting.
plug into your like Ethernet, like your internet, and you power, and you put your hard drives in, and now you have your own cloud. So if you're out on location shooting, usually videographers use this the most. Even what you shot last week for this project, you can access fucking across the world. As long as your internet's up and running at the house and your hard drives are plugged in, you can access that shit. So you can
Oh,
continue
fuck.
doing whatever you're doing. It's fucking nuts. Well, they got rid of my fucking lineup, so I can't get my hard drives anymore. The
Fuck
docking
you.
system that I have is only good for the hard drives that I currently own and have like archived.
And surprise, surprise, they don't interchange, I bet. You gotta fucking basically upgrade everything
So
at some point.
pretty much. So
Yeah, you're gonna get left in the dust.
I believe their hard drive like port, like the way it plugs into the little docking thing, is their own it's their own little port. But I can't get the hard drives anymore. So it's like, what the fuck? Other than to plug in some older hard drives, it's just gonna save me from having like 17 USB plugged into my computer. So for the past 2.5, 3 weeks, I've been trying to figure out a new solution for next year on what I'm doing for hard drive space, because I like having this dock station. I don't have to have 17 USBs plugged into my computer to do whatever project
Yeah, you've
whatever
got
it
it
is.
dialed in. You've got it set up exactly
Yeah,
how
it's
what's
perfect.
convenient and easy for you, and now
Yeah.
it's fucking monkey wrenched and it's out the fucking window apparently.
Yeah. So I've been like, okay, so do I go SSDs? And or do I just buy like portable drives and do that? If I go portable, I have to have all these USBs plugged in, and it's too much fucking mess on the desk. I'm like, I want another docking station. I want to be able to just like plug in a hard drive, work off of it, and at the end of the day, plug in another one, back it up, and be done. Dude, it's been a fucking nightmare.
Not happening.
No, it's like the hardest thing to research. I've been trying to figure out what other people are doing. All these like bigger industry dudes, like video guys, are doing like the NAS storage stuff, and that shit costs a fucking fortune.
Well, I was gonna say, like, I'm guessing the problem is here is like also problem with like the reviews from the people that you would want to see reviews from is that they're at a different level of like fucking, I'm sure a lot of this shit could be sponsored, or that they have such a need for it where it justifies the cost value of it. But for, not that you're an average Joe, but like for what your needs are, you don't need to fucking go over and above and
Yeah.
insane on this fucking insane hardware. Like you
I'm
just
not-
need it to be sort of somewhat like simple. Let's keep it. Let's go. You know. But now
Yeah.
but it makes sense. They've like, it's a way for them to fucking buy up the competition and be like, okay, here's comparable shit, but it's more expensive and
Yep.
it's our stuff now. So all that stuff that you used to have, which had certain plugins and all that stuff, is out the fucking window, and you basically got to upgrade it. They basically bought new sales.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Hey,
Like they forced new sales.
it did the
Power
job.
to you.
It,
Yeah.
it did me amazing for, I don't know, almost 10 years, if not 10 years.
That's pretty crazy. You got that long out of like tech stuff.
Yeah. So,
know?
like, I think the only thing that changed were some of like my stationary hard drives that I have that are like pretty big. I have like an 8 terabyte hard drive here that is computer backups and like some other shit that I definitely don't want to lose.
Porn. It's 8 terabytes of porn.
Yeah, it's fucking porn. It's all the old videos you can't find downloads for anymore. I don't want to lose that.
Fuck. No, you need that shit. Who's gonna re-upload it?
Yeah,
DJ is.
yeah. Who's gonna make bank off of it once it gets torn down off every site?
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Fuck
re-upload
no.
it and make
I'm
bank.
gonna
on
re-upload it under 84 different names.
So I first went to I'm like, oh, maybe I'll go SSDs. I found this SSD docking station. It fits 4 SSDs, and they would be like internal SSDs. So what you would plug into a PC, like inside a PC. So I'm like, okay, I'll go that way. Then I started looking into it. Okay, the dock cost me $100 off Amazon, but a hard drive is going to run me $400 a hard drive. So I'm like, do I really want to be spending $800 a year? I don't need anything that's like stupid fast.
Oh, that's per year.
That's per year. So I'm like,
See, this is how fucking out of fucking touch with reality I am. I thought that's just like, oh, you just got to do the upfront cost and you're good to go. No, that's per fucking
the
year.
only upfront cost would be the docking station. And
Right.
that's just to help keep cable management fucking
Sure.
easy.
But otherwise,
SS
you need to keep storing
Yeah.
hard drives and shit. Okay, yeah.
So
Fuck.
SSDs are smaller. They're a little more reliable because there's less moving parts in the actual hard drive. Cool, whatever. I'm not fucking taking my hard drives across the fucking country. I'm not even really taking them down the road. If I need to take them down the road, I have so many portable hard drives I can use to do that. So I'm like, okay, we'll go with like just standard hard drives that, again, plug into the computer. But now I need a docking station for that. Dude, the fucking hardest thing to fucking like find good reviews on shit. I finally found one, and I hope it fucking works. This fucking monstrosity of a fucking thing.
Jesus Christ.
Now, I went with a 5-bay fucking docking station and thinking in the long run, because again, I have G drives over there that I can't really get anymore.
Man,
and they're
all
doing
this shit that you're saying is just a like
fucking crazy, eh?
straight over my head. I'm with you
Yeah.
to a certain point, but like
Yeah, I totally know. So like I have hard drives here that like literally all all they're used for is to back up my computers, so that if like my computer needs to go in for repairs or whatever, and they wipe
Yeah,
the
you're
hard
not
drive,
fucked. You can still
yeah,
work whatever the
I
fuck.
can
Yeah.
go back in and be like, hey, reboot it from yesterday.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, well, when those fill up, I can either erase them,
Right.
which is like, I could probably do that, or I just buy another fucking $100 hard drive that's fucking 4+ terabytes and just plug it into one of the bays and just leave it there. I'm like, fuck it. That seems
so
like a reasonable thing.
You figured it out to this point now.
Yeah. So this thing cost me $250, but now hard drives, instead of costing me $800 a year on 2 hard drives, it's only going to cost me like $200 a year, because I'm going to buy them on Black Friday or Boxing Day, get them on sale.
Which is the best time to buy anything ever.
Dude. If you're buying tech, Boxing Day or Black Friday.
Dude, if you're buying my wife was buying some shit on Black Friday. She bought fucking literally like a couple clothing items from like a popular motherfucking celebrity. Like she has this clothing brand, but it's like it's actually good shit. It's well reviewed, whatever, right?
Hey, if she loves it, she loves it.
She never even tried it, but like it was highly reviewed, and she's like, fuck, you know what, whatever. And she went for it. And I think the deal was like 45% off.
No way.
And
that much?
Yeah. So
was it through a US site?
Yeah, I don't know if they sell in US and Canada, but it's extremely popular.
Because you don't normally see that up here. That
40%. I believe it was 40%. I don't think I'm talking about school there. I'm pretty sure that was the number.
Good for her.
And dude, when I tell you after like who the fucking celebrity is, you're like, there's no fucking way they would even go that low, right? Because they don't need to.
Shania
But
Twain.
It was Shania Twain. Shania Twain has this brand of granny panties you can only get 40% off on Black Friday.
Do they have the sequence on them?
Sequence?
Like the shiny...
Are they bedazzled?
Yeah.
Yes. The answer is yes.
Hell yeah. Now we're talking.
So I think it was 40% off, which just goes to show you like how like they can afford to do sales that are 40% off and still make a fucking shitload of money.
Yeah.
So
it's crazy.
And like you're saying with this tech stuff, like don't buy any tech stuff until Black Friday, Cyber Monday, or fucking Boxing Day.
Yeah.
And again, just fucking stock up, load up, then buy. Just wait. Like, how many things do you really need in that moment that can't wait until like November or December? Really, if you stop and think about it and like plan it out ahead, you're fucking golden. Like you're saying, like fucking just get them all.
I had to buy
off, whatever the fuck.
I had to buy 2 hard drives back in August. Doing the podcast, and since we started doing video, like shit's like there's so much more memory needed. I'm like, fuck it. Like I've got work coming up. I got like 4 jobs coming up. I need the hard drive space. I need hard drives now. Bought them then, and I'm glad I did, because I would have had to deal with that shit back in August while I had like actual jobs coming up. Now we're in December. Fucking that work has calmed down. All podcasts and then some fucking other shit, and we're good.
Sure. And once you upload the podcast, do you even need to store it after a certain point? Or
I'm OCD with this shit, and I fucking keep everything.
Fair enough.
The hard drive space, like, because like again, SSDs are expensive, but regular hard drives, I don't need the fucking crazy ass speeds. I'm not dealing with 4K video. I'm not doing giant video productions and all this shit. So I don't need the fastest, best hard drives on the line. I just need hard drives that are going to be reliable and fucking get the job done.
Yeah.
So I literally keep everything. I have shit from fucking like 2010.
It's such a fucking...
And it's dog shit. But I have
but whatever. Whatever. Who the fuck cares? It's such a interesting thing that I never even thought of. Like, that's the part about, like, I guess content creating or whatever the fuck you normally think about is like, you got to store all this shit somewhere. It's generally an HD video at minimum, you know, and now we're into 4K and all that stuff.
Yep.
And then there's hours and hours and hours of it, which is a fucking huge thing. But that's a shit like, now again, like obviously all the top content creators they're getting lots of money, and fair enough, so they can afford this
Endorsements,
shit. But
whatever.
I would love to see the fucking bills that they're spending on this stuff, because it never even crossed my mind. I literally just thought like, you fucking save the video, upload it, click it, you know what I
Done.
mean? Like
Delete.
that's how stupid. Yeah, like that's how I am, right? But
Yeah.
as soon as you brought up, I'm like, oh my god, like fucking, it's endless. I guess if you like
Yeah.
really went down to it, right?
Yeah,
So,
you can go down a crazy rabbit hole. Like,
oh, no question.
it's crazy. I know some content creators that like YouTuber type shit, and they'll have hard drives and they'll work off the hard drives or whatever. But once their video is done, they'll delete like all the raw footage and just keep the final product. So they don't need a shit ton
Okay,
of hard
fair
drive
enough.
space.
Like if they're doing like 10 takes to do a video and they're
Yeah.
doing fast edits and all that shit, yeah, fair enough.
So like I archive everything I do. Work, personal, or just for fun, like whatever it is. I archive everything. Like I had a client contact me 2 weeks ago, wanted shit from like 2015. I'm like, yeah,
Like, I got it.
I can get it for you. You're just gonna have to like wait because I can't just. There it is.
Yeah.
So
2015. This
literally
specific
plug in the
thing.
hard drive. There it is, and away we go.
I gotta find it.
Yeah.
I got lots of shit.
Yeah.
Fuck. Dude, I gotta piss so bad.
Okay, go piss.
Sorry. I held it together for a while there, and then there was a little lull. I'm like,
You
I
gotta
gotta
go,
take this opportunity.
dude. So same Saturday out for lunch with Audrey's dad, whatever. On the way home, I stopped off at Starbucks, got a coffee because I was tired. I'm like, I gotta stay awake. And he's out in Oshawa, so I'm like, I gotta drive back. Audrey was coming off nights, had like 3 hours of sleep before we went out there.
She ain't driving.
She definitely ain't driving. And dude, it was like as soon as I hit the highway, I was like, oh fuck, I had to piss. I'm like, we're gonna hold it till we get home. Dude, that was the longest drive of my life. And I was fucking ripping. We got it off the highway. I felt bad because like I took a couple corners a little too quick, probably woke her up. But I'm like, it's either I'm waking her. It's like I'm either waking her up because I pull over to take a piss, or I wake her up because I'm fucking hauling ass.
All she hears is burning tires and fucking honking.
Dude, top 10 piss for sure.
Yeah.
Last Saturday.
I've at least 3 times when I was still living at home, there was this factory theater. Do you know the one on Henderson?
What was it?
It's called the Factory Theater. It's like this little local theater. It's at Henderson and Tamarack.
Really?
It's you know where the town homes are off Henderson, where the pool and stuff is. I think you guys used to have one in there way back.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a field, and in this field,
yeah.
All right. So that factory
I was
theater.
thinking movie theater.
No, sorry. Yeah, so you know that theater that I'm talking about,
Yeah.
right? You know how close I was to my parents' house.
Yeah.
I stopped there at least 3 times because I would not have been able to make it the extra 400
You would
meters
have
to
pissed
my
your
parents'
pants.
house. I would have pissed my pants.
That was like the night we were all downtown, took a limo, and we like again just hit the highway. I'm like, I gotta piss.
It's not going to happen, especially after a night of drinking. If you got to go, you're not holding it an hour. You're not holding it an hour.
I can't even remember what exit we made this guy take. That was like top 2 longest pisses of my life.
Yeah. Though the thing that I've sort of discovered about limos is you just got to tell the guy in advance, like, listen, we're going to stop a few times on the way home, because it's like
going to happen. Especially
if you're on the booze and it's fucking 1 or 2 a.m.
Yeah.
And you're coming home, like, unless you pass out, if you're awake, you're going to need to piss probably 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, we were on a fucking school bus on the way home from a wedding a couple summers ago, for my cousin's wedding. And I think we stopped twice. Or we stopped at least once. And like
I remember
half
stopping
the bus got
at the
off.
bachelor party.
On the way back?
Yeah.
Oh, and the way there. And the way there, John jumped out.
Pick was gonna fucking piss his pants, man. I haven't seen that guy move that quick ever.
No, that was like 1 That was 1 in the afternoon. You gotta go sometimes. The nice thing is though, like the girls get fucked in those situations always because like it's not fucking easy for them.
Can't just pull over.
They could do it the same way as the guys, but it's not like as like subtle or as like pleasant, you know, for them. Like
yeah, definitely.
Yeah. That's the only difference between men and women is their pissability.
Yeah.
Other than that,
yeah,
it's pretty much level headed.
Oh shit, that's so funny.
You want to do the Chris predicts?
Yeah, let's dive into it. Chris predicts. Dun, 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 dun.
Wizardry.
I think I like wizard shit the best.
We're still working on it.
Dude, listen.
We'll get there.
You got to listen to fucking Deluxe because I think we should that or the outro to two bears in a cave, 2 bears 1 cave. That podcast, dude. It's like the greatest fucking outro. It's fucking hilarious.
Yes, send me some shit. I'll check it out. I want to listen to some new stuff.
Yeah.
I'm always willing and able.
Fuck yeah.
So this week on Chris Predicts, I don't have an update for you because I actually thought that those League Cup games that I predicted were last week. They're actually next week. So I fucked that up a little bit, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Do you want to just give us an update on like what your predictions were?
Yeah, the update of what I predicted last week was the quarterfinal of the League Cup or Carabao Cup because Carabao was a sponsor of said League Cup, and this is in England. Arsenal is playing Sunderland, Spurs is playing West Ham, Brentford's playing Chelsea, and Liverpool's playing Leicester. I took Arsenal, West Ham, Brentford, and Liverpool to win, and it's approximately 29 or 30 to 1 odds if you parlayed the whole thing. The sort of outlying pick there was Brentford. And again, I think that there's Champions League tomorrow and Wednesday, and then the Carabao Cup games are this weekend. So I think Chelsea's more or less secured their spot, but that was sort of my thought process between taking Brentford. So anyways, plus I also mentioned that the English league teams have like 10 or 11 games in December, which is a fucking lot of games for soccer. So there's a lot of rotated squads. So there's definitely going to be an upset somewhere. It could be any one of those games, really, and it wouldn't be much of a surprise, really.
Yeah.
So this week I'm taking. I'm going to do match day 16 of the EPL. Previous to this, I just did a 4-game parlay, and it was all like 4 like bigger teams that every time you say them, people know the names. This week, I'm going to do 4 teams that people don't necessarily know, more mid-table teams, relegation teams, stuff like that. So,
can I ask you something before you continue?
Yeah.
When you parlay, do you have to pick the winning teams, or can you be like, these 2 will lose, these 2 will win? Or is it just like you know those 2 are losing, you pick the winners?
So when you make a prediction like Arsenal versus Sunderland, you can either pick Sunderland to win, you can pick fucking Arsenal to win, and you can pick them to draw. I
kind of answered my own question. That was a dumbass
I guess it was you've had better ones, but that's fine. But that said, though, if you have a gut feeling that 2 teams are definitely going to lose, then fucking base it off that. Don't necessarily pick the teams to win, but you're still picking the teams that are playing them to win, right?
Yeah,
so,
gotcha.
Okay, so this week, the 4 games that I'm predicting the EPL, and this is the week of the December 10th and 11th. So not this weekend, but the following weekend. We have Brentford's playing Watford.
No, Burnley's this weekend. The 11th?
Is it?
Yeah, that's this weekend.
Is it this weekend? Oh, I'm all fucked up on dates. In that case, today's the 6th?
Yeah. Saturday's the 11th.
There's also some UFC coming at you this week then.
Yep. Oh, this is fucking Francis, isn't it?
This is fucking... No, Francis is the following week. This is fucking Oliveira and Dustin Poirier for the fucking lightweight.
Yeah,
this is a good weekend too. All right, anyways, even better. Okay, so back to what I was saying. So I'm taking 4 games out of week 16 of the EPL, and it's Brentford and Watford, Burnley and West Ham, Crystal Palace and Everton, and Leicester and Newcastle. So anyone who kind of like loosely, yeah, this is the cat. So anyone who loosely follows soccer knows that these are not by any stretch of the imagination the fucking. I don't even know if I think only 2 of these teams are in the top 10 of the league right now. So in the effort of fairness, I'll try and predict some lower league teams because it's easier to predict the winners when it's the big guys playing fucking nobodies. Okay, so that said, let's start this off. Brentford's going to beat Watford. West Ham away to Burnley. West Ham will win. Everton and Crystal Palace are going to draw. And Leicester's going to beat Newcastle. I've also predicted the Leafs 3 games this week, starting, I believe, tomorrow night, which is a Wednesday, I think the day that this podcast airs. So the Leafs are going to play Columbus, Tampa Bay, and Chicago this week, and the Leafs are going to go 3-0. Another 3-0 prediction for the Leafs here.
Damn.
And now we have...
They had a great game the other night. They were like down like 3-0, 2-0 or something like that.
Came back and
went to a shootout. And unfortunately, lost in the shootout. But at least we got 1 point.
Shootout's a coin flip at least, right? So here we go. UFC 269. We have Raulin Pava, I can't pronounce his name, I'm sorry, is fighting Sugar Sean O'Malley. I'm going with O'Malley because I think
easy pick.
Yeah, but I also think like he's like trending towards superstar status. Like he's super popular. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh my god, he's huge.
Yeah, Kai Kara France is fighting Cody Garbrandt. Cody Garbrandt it's been a while since he's won in the UFC. I'm just gonna pull his record up here.
He was on a fucking dudes, I think, has you know.
He's fought a lot. He's fought a lot of good fucking dudes. But I think he won last in 2020, but previous to that he lost a couple fucking he lost a couple title decisions.
It feels like he hasn't really won.
Feels like he hasn't won in like 5 years. You know what I mean? Even though he's only fought like 4 or 5 times. So, and I like Cody Garbrandt. I'm gonna take him to win. Weirdly, I think he'll probably be an underdog in this.
I don't know. I feel the same way about that fight.
Yeah, but yeah. So I'm gonna go Garbrandt.
I think Sugar. They're in the same weight class, and I think O'Malley called him out.
Garbrandt is fighting at flyweight, and O'Malley's at bantamweight. But they're either one of those. If anyone can get down to bantamweight.
I feel like when
Garbrandt will go up because O'Malley's too tall to go down to flyweight. I think.
I feel
he's like 5'11".
Maybe it was somebody else. I thought it was Garbrandt though.
Well, he might have. You know what I mean? Like they probably called each other out. They could make it happen.
Sugar Sean was calling out everybody after his last fight.
Oh yeah, I know, it's hilarious. I love it. Jeff Neal is gonna beat Santiago. Not even gonna try to pronounce his last name. Can't do it. Sorry. It's too hard for me, and I don't want to be disrespectful because I don't want to get beat up. The easiest pick of the night is Amanda Nunes is going to beat Juliana Pena.
I can't wait for that.
Amanda,
I haven't watched Amanda fight in I don't know how long, and she's top like 3 UFC fighters for me.
I watched her last fight. I'm just gonna pull it up here because I forgot the girl's name because she just beats the fuck Megan Anderson, 259.
I love watching her fight.
She just makes it so easy. Like she just like beat the fuck out of her, took her down, armbarred her, I think, and then that was it. Like it's wild. And then the big one, Charles Oliveira versus Dustin Poirier. This is a fucking lightweight championship of the world. Huh?
I know who I'm taking.
All right. Well, let's see if it's Oliveira.
It is.
Yeah. Dustin Poirier can easily win this fucking fight. So this is not like...
I'm not saying he can. I just think Oliveira's
this is such a fucking close fight. I think Oliveira... Well, I mean, he proved he's got the fucking knockout power because he knocked out fucking Michael Chandler, who the last fight got the shit kicked out of him by Justin Gaethje for fucking 3 straight rounds and did not go down. So
he got
he can
like
do it.
stumbled or like, but he didn't get slept.
He didn't get slept, but he probably should have. You know what I mean? He was too tough for his own good in that fight, right? But and Oliveira is obviously fucking amazing jiu-jitsu. Poirier is an amazing fighter. This is a very, very close fight for me as like a fucking very much cursory fan. I'm by no means a fucking expert.
Yeah, after watching Conor McGregor versus Dustin Poirier, I've grown to really like Dustin Poirier. And so this is a tough fight for me, but
yeah,
I just think Oliveira, and again, I'm a very casual fan.
Yeah.
I think Oliveira is on a different level right now.
I think they're both great fighters, and I like them both. I kind of hope that Poirier wins because he's such a likable fucking guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But just thinking, like, I think Oliveira is a bit more rounded. That's it. That's what it comes down to for me.
Yeah.
And again, I'm not a fucking expert. Obviously, you want to hear expert analysis? Go listen to fucking Ariel Helwani and fucking Daniel Cormier talk about this shit because they have a weekly podcast where they just talk about fights.
Yeah,
and they're really good. Or Joe Rogan, like there's a million fucking
Brendan Schaub's got one.
Brendan Schaub. There's a million expert level to go to. If you want the casual fans predictions,
this is your spot.
this is the home for you.
Yeah.
So anyway, there you go. Actually, bigger Chris predicts than I was expecting. I don't know why I thought it was next week, but I blacked out.
Yeah,
anyway.
Whatever. I do want to talk about this because I thought this was happening this weekend, but it's happening on December 18th. Now I've just found out that there's been some other news. So there was supposed to be a Jake Paul versus Tommy Fury fight. That is no longer.
Did they actually sign a deal or did it just get very close?
I believe they did, but Fury pulled out. And according to Fury's team, Tommy's got a severe chest infection and broken rib.
Jesus.
So they pulled him out of the fight. But now,
understandably so, I guess.
December 18th in Tampa, Florida, Jake Paul will be fighting Tyrone Woodley in a rematch.
No way.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you know where I'll be on December 18th.
Wow. Okay.
And it will be fought at 192 pounds, over 8 rounds. The same specifics as the original plan for the Fury bout, which I don't know. I don't know the ruling on that. But I do know, and I heard a lot of this, call me a liar if it's not true, but I heard that they were not doing a drug test or that Jake Paul refused to accept a drug test for the Tommy Fury fight.
Huh.
Weird.
You know, it's funny because I wonder how those fights get sanctioned because, and again, I guess you'd have to really listen talk to a boxing expert, but
yeah,
Jake Paul's doing professional fights now. So as long as a commission sanctions them, but my understanding was that any commission that sanctions a professional fight, there is some level of testing. Now, well, obviously, that level of testing could be like you're pissing the day of, which isn't really testing. We all know that, right? Yeah. So fair enough. Like there could be testing without there being testing. That's interesting that he wouldn't do a drug test.
That's
he's pretty big, but also maybe he's more concerned about he's just fucking doing cocaine and that's against the fucking rules. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, look at the Diaz brothers. They were suspended so many times due to weed of all things in Nevada where it's now legal, right? Yeah. So, I mean, there's
but
dumb
at the
rules,
end of the day, it's like I think it was a Jamaican runner or somebody again doing like weed and got pulled out of the Olympics or disqualified, lost her medal. I don't know.
So fucking
She got pulled
stupid.
out. And
yeah,
it didn't really matter. She wasn't a medal contender. Like if you looked at her best time compared to everybody else's best times, she was like 6th place. Like she really wasn't a contender for a medal. But it's like those are the rules. And if you're not going to abide by them, then
Yeah, I mean, we can argue all day about how fucking stupid they are, but you're right. At
Yeah,
the end of the day, it's
still,
the fucking rules. So
yeah, it is what it
yeah,
is, right? So
yeah.
you either abide by them or you don't, and if you don't, well then
I guess you're kind of shit out of luck.
don't be a fucking
Unfortunately.
idiot. You should know the fucking consequences. You know what I mean? So
Like pulling someone for smoking weed is like pulling someone for fucking drinking at this point.
yeah,
You know, it's
yeah,
just so like, what? What
Yeah.
year is it? Right? Like, what the fuck?
yeah. And there's so many different reasons to consume, smoke, whatever you're doing. Like I find nowadays, at least people I know are consuming it, whether it be like CBD oil, gummies, whatever it is. I don't really.
Sleep's a big one, I find, with older people.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Take them, go to sleep, stay asleep.
I said that last night. I'm like, man, like after hockey, I was having a beer. I'm like, I might just fucking pop a gummy and just
Yeah.
fucking conk
Conk
out
out.
for the night.
Yeah.
I hopped in a bed. Audrey's like, did you have a gummy? I'm like, nah, I should have.
Yeah, definitely should have, because I would have slept like a fucking baby.
I would have slept like a baby.
Yeah. All right, man.
All right.
Do that. That was good.
Yeah. All right. There's your Chris predicts. Fucking some
That's
Belgian
it.
moons for you. mail.twoseasonapod@gmail.com. If you got any feedback, questions, topics you want us to fucking cover. Two Season Pod on Facebook and on YouTube. Hit the subscribe button, hit the follow button, whatever it is on the platforms. And like always, we'll see you guys next week. We're out. Deuces.
See you later.